Welcome to Bring Who You Are. We have a fantastic show for you today. And guess what? I know you saw all the footage that just came on, but did you hear it? I'm not sure if you heard it. So guess what? We're going to get this party started right and make sure that you hear it. So here goes.
Go back in life in retrospect. Think about when you were younger. When you were younger, there were some things that meant a lot to you, things that you wanted to do, and you would do whatever you can to get it because it meant that much to you. We had some quick fix remedy, and you never went to the doctors. You are what you eat. If you eat healthy, you have to be healthy. Cause, effect, action, reaction. Put healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, the earth, water. Put the earth inside your body metabolizes natural positive energy. You will thrive. Iridology is amazing. Iridology, you're being diagnosed through your own eyes. Your brain records everything. You hit your knee, it hurt. Your brain recorded it. When you were born, there was trauma. Your brain recorded it. The eye is a window to everything going on to your body. Where do we go when we're sick? We go back home. 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 A house. There's safety. There's healing. The earth.
Paging Dr. Lamar Price. Paging Dr. Lamar Price.
This is going to be another awesome show with Bring Who You Are. I could not continue the show without knowing that you could hear every single syllable of what Dr. Lamar Price has to share with the world. And today we are going to have a splendid time here with Bring Who You Are. So let's get this party started right now because, as you know, we want to welcome you to our discussion on Domestication of Health, Part 2. So to get this party started just right, I've got to bring out our amazing co-host. She is a magnificent poet, and she hails all the way from Richmond, Virginia. She's an inspirational speaker, and she loves walking in the forest, hugging the trees. Please welcome our fantastic poet, Jemijah Jubilee.
Wonderful. And I want to welcome you all by asking you all to just take a breath. Together, let's breathe in. Hold 2, 3, 4, and release. Breath is life. And life is meant to be lived in full expression. Wherever you are, we are connected by the breath that is given by the big G. Right now, in this right now moment, above us, below us, and all around us, it surrounds us and it gives us life. Now breathe. Ain't nobody like the body I got. This body, your body, my body, was created in love, by love, for love. My body, your body, is a gift from the divine source. My body, your body, is the vessel that houses and holds my spirit and my soul. I accept and I honor and I love and I now embrace my vivacious, beautiful, sexy, sensual, and vibrant body. I now treat my body physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually with respect. I now treat my body with respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I now treat my body with respect. I bless and I honor my divine vessel. Your vessel is divine, honey. So is mine. My body temple is divine. I effortlessly embrace and embody with grace and with ease, agility, mobility, strength, and stamina. Breathe. Ain't nobody like the body I got. I now effortlessly transcend thoughts, behaviors, and patterns of emotional pain and physical pain of my mind, body, and spirit. And I now transcend any illness that might come. Ain't nobody like the body I got. I now release anything that no longer serves my highest good and the expansion of my consciousness and the raising of my energy, to a higher level. Ain't nobody like the body I got. I effortlessly embrace everything about my beautiful body with love. I feed my spirit with meditation, prayer, and walks, stillness, singing, dancing, and in the forest hugging trees. Breathe. Ain't nobody like the body I got. I now feed my physical body with nutritious food, water in the appropriate amounts to sustain and build all my tissues, my cells, my bones, my joints, my everything from my head to my toes. I take it all in to my body system, that which I feed it, to maintain a body homeostasis. Ain't nobody like the body I got. And so, with all of that being said, let's take a breath. And with a glad heart of gratitude, filled with ever increasing joy and happiness, I now embrace myself and I now embody God's Spirit, the big G, through me as me. I am a radiant, loving expression of the big G. And as a radiant, loving expression, I express radiance, light, and glow. And I shine. I shimmer and I shine. I bless my beautiful body. I honor my beautiful body. I embrace who I am unapologetically and wholeheartedly with no regrets right now in this moment, in every moment of our life, in every moment of the day, with every breath I know from my heart wholeheartedly. Ain't nobody like the body I got. Breathe.
Woo-wee! That's all I can say. Jamija Jubilee, the poet with the mostest. Let me just say that was amazing. So listen, folks, we have already started this party off just right. But we're going to go and get the rest of our sisters from the Bring Who You Are tribe. And the next sister that we're bringing, she hails all the way from Dallas, Texas. She's a best-selling author. She's a woman entrepreneur, coach, and 3-time competitor with Miss Carol Geis, who is the first Black Miss USA and the Miss Universe. She was the first runner-up with Miss Geis. She is the beautiful and amazing Miss Coach Pamela Luhane. Hey there.
Great afternoon. Glad to
How are
be here.
you? Good to see
Phenomenal.
you. Awesome. So awesome. So, Pam, we are getting into this thing. We've got an awesome guest, but we would be remiss if we didn't go backstage and get the rest of the tribe. So, folks, please welcome our other tribe co-host. She is all the way from Los Angeles, California. She is the prophetess. She is the pastor of Walk in Victory, and she is a comedian in her own right, the sensational contributing singer and songwriter for The Color Purple. Please give a hearty welcome to our friend and your friend, Dr. Cecilia Sims. Hey, Doc Sims, how are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. We've been announcing this session, and I know we're going to get some good information. Hi, my sisters. How are you?
Hey.
Awesome. So fantastic. So let's keep it rolling. We have another tribe member also joining us today, all the way from Toronto, Canada. See, my Spanish accent kicked in right there. But let me tell you, she is coming from Toronto, Canada, by way of Jamaica, man. I want you to please help us welcome the award-winning author, the founder of Family Civility Institute, Dr. Rebecca Phillison Harper.
Hi, everyone.
Hey
Oh my
there.
God. Oh my gosh.
How are
Marsha,
you,
that was
Dr. Harper?
amazing. Amazing. I love that poem. It was just put me in the right tone, man.
Yes, it was amazing. I loved it as well. So we are going to get right down to the nitty gritty of the program, because I think about 2 weeks ago we talked about this phenomenal doctor that's coming to help us talk to you about this thing we call health. So of course we want to welcome each and every one of you to our discussion on domestication of health. And we want you to like, share, start a watch party, and run and tell somebody that we are getting started on the domestication of health. So, Pamela, if you would, when we come back, she is going to tell us who's going to be on with us. But for now, we're going to give you a little sneak peek of who's going to be on with us. And you guys already saw it a little earlier in the broadcast, but give me a quick minute and I'm going to share it with you again. How about that? Here we go.
There were some things that meant a lot to you, things that you wanted to do, and you would do whatever you can to get it because it meant that much to you. We had some quick fix remedy, and you never went to the doctors. You are what you eat. If you eat healthy, you have to be healthy. Cause, effect, action, reaction. Put healthy foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, the earth, water. Put the earth inside your body metabolizes natural positive energy. You will thrive. Iridology is amazing. Iridology, you're being diagnosed through your own eyes. Your brain records everything. You hit your knee, it hurt. Your brain recorded it. When you were born, there was trauma. Your brain recorded it. The eye is a window to everything going on to your body. Where do we go when we're sick? We go back home. 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 A house. There's safety. There's healing. The earth.
Paging Dr. Lamar Price. Paging Dr. Lamar Price.
All right. So, Pam, can you please share with our audience who's coming to our wonderful broadcast today? But first, maybe we should take some comments because we've got so many people streaming in. So, Pam, what are your thoughts?
as Jemija so eloquently said, ain't nobody like the body I got.
I got.
And Dr. Lamar Price is helping me take care of the body I got. And so I'm excited to bring him to this show today.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
I'm excited about that. So Dr. Lamar Price is a certified iridologist. He practices holistic and natural alternatives to medicine. He's based in Los Angeles and he travels throughout the United States and the world, providing his skills as a certified iridologist, herbalist, nutritionist, to educate and promote natural health solutions to many ailments and advanced diseases such as cancer, diabetes, arthritis, chronic fatigue syndrome, high blood pressure, and a myriad of other conditions. Dr. Lamar Price currently works with more than 4,000 patients who are recovering from various health issues that range from acute to degenerative stages. And as I shared with you, he is my personal doctor and the doctor for my family. And so I met Dr. Lamar Price about a year ago. I was introduced to him through a friend. She says, hey, have you ever heard of Dr. Lamar Price? I said, no, obviously I need to know about a Dr. Lamar Price, so tell me about him. And then as she began to talk about how he assesses the body through the eyes, at first I was a little skeptical, but what I can tell you is I was on some medication that was wreaking havoc in my body. And the doctors were telling me things that, of course, I did not want to hear. I was not accepting. And I knew I needed something better. I knew that God had something more for me. And God sent it to me in the form of Dr. Lamar Price. And so I'm excited to introduce and bring to the stage Dr. Lamar Price. Come on in, Dr. Price.
Hello, hello.
Hey, how you doing? Welcome.
Good. Can you all hear me good?
Yes, can.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
All right. So the timing is perfect. I just got situated.
All right.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Well, I'm excited, Dr. Price. You know I'm excited because you have been working with me and my family for the last year.
Yes.
And I literally, everyone, I went from these many items on the list to about these many on the list. And so it has been working for me. And I so appreciate you, Dr. Price. And so, of course, we want to hear all about your journey, right? So you were a medical doctor and now you're a natural doctor. So can you tell us what inspired that transition from medical doctor to becoming a naturalist?
Well, first, giving honor to God, who's the head of my life. So I got to let it be known. I am a child of God. I'm not a teenager. I'm not an adult. So I'm going to act like a little kid today. I'm excited to be here. Thank you, ladies, for having me and giving me the opportunity to be before you with this platform. My journey started in the early 70s. I was born in 71 in Los Angeles, South Central. I grew up. I was introduced to a lot in the streets, a lot in family, a lot in the churches. And I ended up with some health issues. Long story short, went healthy, got on a healthy kick, got rid of my health issues. Went back to the doctors. They couldn't give me no answers. I said, I want to go into the medical field and figure out how did I help myself get rid of 3 serious health issues that the doctors can't seem to figure out. And maybe I can help other people. And I didn't know at the time it was because I changed my diet. I went pretty much vegan, and I did that for quite some time. And all of my symptoms disappeared. So I got introduced to a naturopath, got introduced to people who were into the holistic. I just started searching and getting knowledge. And then I went into school, got schooling. I went and got my doctorates. I got one in medical for orthopath medicine for internal. And then I also got a doctorate for naturopath. And I had to study nutrition, which is not offered in medical school. They may, in certain cases, they do give courses on a little bit of nutrition and the periodic table. They put all the junk at the top and the healthy stuff at the bottom. So it's a lot of misnomers and miseducation. And you're only governed by the medical boards, the medical world, to have one way of thinking. In the medical field, it's all about assess, diagnose, and medicate. And I was introduced to that. And I had a really exciting journey learning all about the equipment, learning about blood panels, watching all the RNs and the nurses do all the work. Watching doctors, play fiddle on a roof, just trying to figure out what to do and what to say. And working up under doctors, I learned a lot. I had an opportunity to work directly, do residency at Cedars-Sinai Hospital. I worked at Little Company of Mary's, Torrance Memorial. I've done ICU at Centinela, worked emergency at USC. And I was a floating doctor because while I was training to learn all fields of medicine and anatomy, I wanted to go into a field of just being a surgeon. I never made it. I got numb to death. I watched death every day, all day. And my mentor was Dr. Obasi, and that's where I ended up doing my last practice at Dr. Paul Memorial Medical Center, which is in the hood in Los Angeles, South Central, right there on Crenshaw in Leimert Park. And that was exciting because I was embracing more people of color and the Latino Hispanic community. And that's when the journey started into the natural path, because it was then I saw a target on the Black community. And I was asking a lot of the colleagues that why is it that we are diagnosing all the Black women with all of the most heinous diseases, but then the Caucasians or the Asians come in and they're not being diagnosed with these diseases? I thought something was wrong. I said, does disease play the race card? And they said, no, it's just it's a scientific fact that African Americans, people of color, especially the women, are the leaders of all health issues. And you can go from diabetes, blood pressure, cholesterol, every cancer. There's hundreds of cancers. Every cancer you can think of, Black women are the leaders of it. When it comes to vitamin, mineral deficiencies, I saw a trend where the Black community were the leaders of vitamin deficiencies, like vitamin D. Potassium levels were either out of whack or too high or too low. When I saw this, I thought it was strange. I'm still learning. I'm still new to this, and it was hands-on training, and you just follow protocol. What you're trained is how to assess and diagnose and medicate and surgery when necessary. They never trained us as medical physicians to use critical thinking. They did not train us to use inductive reasoning. They did not train us to use discretion. If a person says their stomach hurts, we're going to run scopies. We're going to run scans. We're going to do tomography. And when you do that ultrasound and come back with Crohn's disease, colon cancer, diverticulitis, we're going to medicate you or do surgery versus saying, how about you go home and drink some prune juice and have a bowel movement? You know, you have a headache. Your sinuses are bothering you. How about you get some Vicks, stick it down to the back of your throat like your grandmama did, and in the morning your sinuses are clear. No, we're gonna give you medication. And so when I was trained that we only get paid.
Hold up, Doc. Look. I was so excited to bring him on. I didn't tell you, get your notepad, baby, because note takers are money makers.
Bring it.
If you didn't get your notepad, when we go to commercial in a little bit, go get your notepad. Make sure you got plenty of paper in it. So, Doc, go ahead, do what you do. And Pam is directing this thing today. Do what you do. It's on you.
I'll just take a few more seconds just to wrap up this introduction. Please get your notepads. Get something to write with, a voice recorder, a tape recorder. If you're old school, get a tape recorder. Get the reel to reel. And you're going to have to record this, because what I'm going to do is I never use a script, ladies. I never use a script. I love the fact that Christ sent 12 out and said, take no writings with you. So I always go from the dome. So the message that I'm giving you all today is from my dome. It's from the brain, and it's coming from above. It's illumination, it's revelation, and it's a download from heaven, from the creator, and that's where wisdom comes from. So I want to give you all wisdom from above, and I need you all to take plenty of notes or record it, because I'm going to go so fast. You all, I want you to know I have not slept since 10 o'clock yesterday morning. So I'm up, I'm wired. I feel great, and I got all of this energy, and I want to displace it to you. And I want you to know that the background was just a learning experience. Everything in life is a learning experience. We're supposed to touch and go, and we are supposed to evolve. And as we look at our past in retrospect, looking back, the past mold and shape the person who you are today. So I don't take it for granted. All of the accolades, the degrees, the doctors that mean nothing to me. I'm very humble, but I do want to say, without the experience, it's hard to have the knowledge. So I thank God for where I've come from. I'm going to pour out to you all today.
Thank you. Now you see why we're so excited that Dr. Lamar Price is here. So as he said, you definitely want the notebook, the pen, and the recorder, because many times when I talk to him, I actually record our discussions because he downloads not just what I'm dealing with currently, but then he helps me understand what's happening in my body, the physiological responses and the chemical makeup of the body. He downloads and departs wisdom every time in every conversation that we have. So, doctor, can you tell us what is iridology exactly?
Okay, so iridology is the study of the iris. A lot of people have a hard time saying the word, but it's really just saying the word iris or irie, which is for color. It's Greek. Most of our language, English, 99.9% of English comes from Latin. Latin comes from the Greek. I studied etymology so I can understand principles. You want to understand everything in life hermeneutically. Hermeneutically first mention principles. You want to get to the root of the matter. If you want to understand iridology, always take the base root word of everything you hear and you try every spirit by the word of God to know that it's the spirit of God. Basically, I'm about to test you. I need to check you out. I need to see if you're the real deal. You try everything. Every time someone says something to you, I don't care if they say supercalifragilistic. Well, I understand the word super. I don't get the rest of it. So let me deal with that. You want to get to the base foundation. Iridology is the study of the iris. The iris is the color part of your eyes. Now, there are two dominating traits. Everybody need to get this. Brown and blue. Brown and blue. Can you all hear me clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. So brown and blue eyes are dominating trait. Now, when I look in the iris, I'm not looking for cancer. I'm not looking for obesity. I'm not looking for diabetes. I'm not looking for high blood pressure. What I am looking for is the source to all diseases. Ladies, this is so exciting. Iridology is an amazing science, the study of the iris. Do you know, or did you know, or now you know, when you look in someone's eyes, you are looking deep into their soul. The eye is the window to the soul. Now, why is that possible? Why is that true? It is a scientific fact that when you look in someone's eyes, the eyes do not lie. When people can't look you straight in the eye with forget about a straight face. You can be as ugly as you want on Tuesday. Look me in the eyes when you're talking to me because I need to see truth. I need to see the real. Always look in people's eyes. When you are talking to people, make eye contact. Give them that mean stare down. There is a stare down that only women have. A man can't stare nobody down. Men don't want to look nobody in the eye, but a woman will look you in the eye. Now, ladies, the iris reveals everything from the time the sperm cell met that egg and fertilized that egg. It starts recording information. What part of the body records the information? It's the author and the finisher of your faith, which is in your mind. Your faith is in your mind. What is the author of your mind? Your brain. What's the author of your brain? The nucleus is the pineal gland. Write it down. Pine, Pineal. All of the pine. Pineal. There you go. She got it. They call it the third eye in Egypt. Now listen. The prefrontal lobe is where the pineal gland is located. It is the pineal gland that starts life. That is the circumference, the nucleus of who you are. Bring who you are. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes down to the nitty gritty. Iridology allows me to see who you are, who you really are. You don't judge a book by its cover. I don't care about the way your body looks. Not even the creator does that. He doesn't look at the outward. He's looking at the inward because it's what's in the book. I need to open the book up and read it. The author wrote all of the information in the book. Interesting thing about a book, whether it's in Spanish, whether it's in Latin, Greek, Hebrew, English, it could be Farsi, Patois, Bantu, Swahili, Japanese, Vietnamese. All languages come from one mother tongue. One language. There's 6,000 languages on the planet. They all come from one language. Now, there is a universal language. Sound is a universal language. Light is a universal language. Music is a universal language. No matter where you go in the world, everybody's going to recognize Beyonce's song. They hear the music. Everybody's going to recognize Stevie Wonder, Happy Birthday. No matter where you go, melodic lines is frequency and sound is a form of energy. So energy can be transformed around the world in many different ways. So when I'm looking in the eyes, I'm looking at energy. Energy is either good or bad. Proton molecules is good energy, positive energy, thriving, in motion. Negative energy, electron molecules is stored, is bad, and it's electron, and it means it needs a host. When I look in the eyes, I'm looking at the positive and the negatives. Well, the building blocks of the whole universe is made up of the creator's word. Universe is Latin, one verse, one turn. And the whole universe makes one turn in 365 days in an oval shape around the sun, which is in the center of the universe. So the sun is the most powerful form of energy in our universe, and it supplies everything we need to the earth in light speed, which is a form of energy. So the sun sends information to the earth picks it up, we receive it, and all of that information from the sun goes right directly to the pineal gland. It is the pineal gland that allows a woman to menstruate. It's the pineal gland that allows a woman to drop that egg that can ovulation through 6-day window, because man was created on the 6th day. So when I'm looking in your eyes, I'm actually seeing all of the information from your pineal gland that receives it from the sun and bounces it to the moon, and the moon sends it back in gravity. And this is how the etching of the lettering of every building block of the universe, which is the Hebrew language. Now, if I'm reading your eyes, I don't see the word apple. But if I look in your eyes, I will see the universal language, potassium. Game recognizes game. No matter where you go in the world, potassium is potassium. Whether you call it apple, granny, Mrs. Smith, green, luscious, pink lady, gala, it doesn't matter. No matter where you go in the world, you can say the word water in English, or you can go to a Spanish-speaking country and say agua, or go to the Mid-East and say ab, or go to Japan and say mitzvah. But the point is, I'm looking at the universal language that's the same around the world for all human beings. If I look in your eyes, I'm looking for hydrogen, oxygen. I don't have to search. I know how to read. I'm a speed reader. So when I look in your eyes, I'm reading within seconds if you're dehydrated, if your kidneys are acidic. And if your kidneys are acidic, which is in the right eye, I'll see all of the organs in the right side of the body. Kidneys are located right here. So if I look at your pupil and go down around about 5:30, 6 o'clock, if there's a big opening there, a big wide opening, that is a sign. Signs are warnings. Warning comes before destruction. Depending on characteristics and colors and the way the brain draws the picture, I'm looking at picture languages, because a picture is worth thousands of words. And no matter where you go in the world, go to France, you see a red sign, you don't need to learn French or know how to speak it. It means stop. If you go to California, Dallas, Washington, a red sign means stop. Green means go. Yellow is caution. So when I'm looking at colors and I'm looking at the signs, the brain doesn't know how to use 6,000 languages. It uses one language. I'm looking at energy. So when we hear the word cancer, that's a word that the brain doesn't even know on a cellular level. So it's your blood cells that are writing the information, because they send the information to the brain, and the brain is taking notes. Your blood cells are the students, and the students are taking notes. And then if Pam is the brain and Pam is the teacher, and she'll ask one of the students, one of the red blood cells, how come your homework, your paperwork is just sitting on the desk? You haven't done anything. The red cell says, well, I don't understand it. I don't recognize the language. I don't know what to do. Now, if the language of the assignment is an apple, then the red blood cells knows what to do with an apple. It knows how to take it and absorb it as nutrients. It sees the potassium. It sees the word calcium. It sees the word iron. It sees vitamin A and all your vitamins, because an apple has every vitamin, every mineral, 92 elements are in an apple. Yes. So when you eat an apple, you just fed every single one of your body parts, your organs, so your cells will get an A when you eat an apple. And that's why you give your teacher an apple, because an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now,
Dr. Price.
Yes, go ahead.
I love it. I love it. Now y'all see why I love Dr. Lamar Price. Every time I know
y'all better take some notes.
I'm going into the classroom. Every time I'm going into the classroom and I'm ready, right? And you got to be ready for Dr. Price.
Yes.
So Dr. Price, I mean, you literally, y'all, I promise you, he will go on and on and on, and there's no end to the knowledge that he departs every time he speaks. And so I'm so thankful for that. And Dr. Price, you're very, very learned. So can you share with us, now that you've shared with us about the study of iridology and what iridology is, can you talk to us about the other specialties that you have? Because I know you're a chemist, you studied at Oxford. Can you tell us a little bit more about that, please?
Yeah, so I've studied all of the health sciences, from biology to physics, metaphysics. I studied etymology, languages. I studied botany, plants. The reason why is because I'm hungry for knowledge. And I feel the more knowledge that I get, then I could transfer that knowledge to other people of our community. Because what's happening is we're dying not from cancer. We're not dying from corona. We're not dying from AIDS or MS or lupus. We're dying for a lack of knowledge. So I just asked the creator, I want all the knowledge that I can get, and I need the right knowledge. I need the truth, because the truth has made us free. So I just studied everything, opened up the human body 3 times in lab. I studied anatomy. One of the most fascinating sciences that I studied was nutrition. I love nutrition. I love nutrition because nutrients come from the earth, and the more we feed our bodies healthy, I'm watching people heal. Another thing that many people know that they don't know that I do is I'm a birth coach. Now, I've helped a lot of young girls deliver babies, not have a baby, but deliver babies. And I've done 2 of them over the phone. And I'm trying to get women to go back to natural birth. The last birth that I helped a girl with was just recently. The baby is about a month and a half. The family was shocked. They said, who is this guy? Showed up at the front door at 2 o'clock in the morning in sweats and a t-shirt, talking about he about to deliver the baby. This mother is too old to have a natural birth. She's supposed to have a C-section because she's already had 2 of them. The doctors told her she was high risk, and that if she had the baby on her own, she could die and the baby will too. Well, that mother went into labor, popped that baby out. We caught that baby. I did everything natural, no medication. She didn't rip, no tearing. There's a method to the madness. I want to educate all the women. This is how it's always been done. Natural birth. So I am a birth coach. And what else do I do? I got 8 years Bible seminary. 8 years Bible seminary. So I've studied Hebrew. I've studied Greek. I know the word of God from Genesis, which is Bereshit, to Hidugut, all the way to Revelation. I can flow in the language. I understand exegete scriptures. I know context, not pretext. I'm a student. I study. I'm a scientist, so I have to study. And that's the way. This is the way I get truth. And we want to get answers. Let's cut to the chase. I don't want to hear all this extra stuff. It's too much out there, too much overload of information. Let's keep it simple. And that's what I'm going to give you all today. Simplicity.
So I love it, Doc. Again, 4 languages. You've taken care of over 8,000 some patients all around the world. But most important for me, you're my doctor and my family doctor. So I'm appreciative of that. But I can't keep you to myself, and I got to be able to share you with others. So how can you explain your process in terms of, people contacting you and wanting to connect with you so that you can assess them? Can you tell us your process?
So we all know someone who's dealing with a health issue. Now, I range from every health issue from AIDS to Zika virus. That's A to Z. If you get to the letter C, you're talking about cancer. You're talking about colon issues. I can help a person with every health issue. I cannot go on the internet, social media, syndication, and say there's a cure. There are no cures for no diseases in America. I help people with mental health. I don't believe in bipolar. I don't believe in schizophrenic. I don't believe in all of these titles that there. I believe it's a spiritual attack. I'm going to focus on the spiritual because the carnal doesn't understand the things of the spirit. And this is why we're being misdiagnosed. I believe if we give truth and shine the light on the subject and get to the seed, not just to the root, but get to the source of the problem, we can help so many of our family members. So if you have a friend, an enemy, if you have a family member who is dealing with a health issue, I don't care if their toenails are breaking. I don't care if their hair is falling out. They need to understand why the hair is falling out. So you don't hear the word alopecia, iridia. That's all French and Latin, dealing with area and fox. A fox didn't make your hair come out. Let's get to the root of the matter. I don't want you to hear the word lupus. You're not a wolf. That's wolf in Latin. So I'm telling everybody, share my information with all your friends. I'm going to give you my phone number. I'm an open book. I'm not hiding from nobody. So you all just tell people to call me. The consultation is free. Call me. It's like salvation. Salvation is free.
So, Doc Price.
Yes.
I know that my sisters are itching to ask you some questions.
Yes,
so they're going to go ahead and post the number. And Judge, I think you have a few questions that you have for Doc Price.
All right, so hold on. Before we do that, let me do this, y'all, because I'm playing catch up. Y'all, this is look down the bottom. I'm gonna run this for the rest of the broadcast. If you're trying to catch up with Dr. Price, he's not hiding from nobody. He's in front of people. So this is what you want to do, because we're trying to let Judge come up on the screen. She's having a little bit of technical difficulties.
Okay.
So what we gonna do?
Doc Harper.
Here she is. Okay, Dr. Harper is here, but Judge is back. I'm sorry, Judge is back.
Okay.
So I'm gonna bring her on the screen. Judge, she's here. Okay.
Go
ahead, Judge.
Thank you all. Thank you, Dr. Price. I am so glad I can make it here with you all last day of early voting in North Carolina. My question, and you touched on it, is specifically about mental health. How can I encourage people? And I preside over mental health court, one of our treatment courts here in Charlotte. How can I encourage people to seek out effective alternatives for their mental health? I'm probably going through a mental health breakdown myself right now between this election and COVID and everything else. How can I encourage people to seek out effective alternatives, especially, a lot of these young kids, they like to rely on, there's a huge CBD, THC, and as we know, THC, they love THC because it knocks that edge off. But how can I actively encourage people to seek out effective alternatives to some of the things that they rely on that are not as healthy?
So you have to stay within your jurisdiction because of who you are. But you are, as a judge, a public servant. And you are also, as well as every lady that is looking at this today, everyone under the sound of my voice, every human being in our community is a first responder. If you see a problem, we need to stop standing by watching, making opinions. Let's do something about it. If you know better, you can do better. So give people my number. That's the first start. But do not force any of this on anyone. Offer to people, are you looking for an alternative? Are you interested in a different way, a better way, or an alternative to what you're doing? I know someone. He's my family. So Judge, you tell him, my cousin, Lamar, you need to holler at him. Give him a call. Tell him I told you, because we got to make this. Listen, y'all, this is all code. This is coding. We have to be wise as serpents, humble as a dove. Because if you Judge is referring someone from the courts or someone she deals with to a doctor, a physician who is not connected to the medical system and court appointed, then she can run into problems, and so can everybody else. So how do we fight this system? We're going to be wise as a serpent. We're going to play this game right. Listen, fam, I'm cousin. I got a cousin who just happens to have some information that might be helpful. Let me give you his number.
And that's it.
Tell him I gave you his number. So when they call me, your cousin, Judge such and such, gave me your number. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, what's your problem? Well, I'm hearing voices at night. Oh, no problem. Let's identify where the voices are coming from. I'm an expert with mental health. When I'm dealing with people after I've dealt with 72-hour holds, I've done it all. I get people who call me up They're crying. Yes, I don't want to live. I have no hope. I'm ready to die. And you know what my response to them is, Judge? I say, well, let me give you some advice. Do not jump off a cliff because the chances of survival are very great. Don't put medicine in your body because the chances of survival with a very severe stomachache are very great. Now, if you take a snug nose 38 and put it to your temple and pull the trigger, that will do the trick. Did I help you? And then they'll say, Dr. Price, why would you say that to me? Why are you calling me telling me you want to die? Because if you want to die, you ain't about to call nobody. So obviously, you ain't keeping it real.
Yes.
So since you ain't keeping it real,
So
and
true.
do you know when I do this with all of my suicide patients, they all change. They listen. You shall live and not die. I feed God's word to people. I offer people water. That's what my name means. Lamar means water. We need more water. Mental health is in the brain. The very first mental health case was Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve didn't have a mental health case until they ate the wrong thing. We need to ask these people, what are you putting in your body? Bring who you are. Well, who are you? You're not cuckoo. You're not crazy. You're not schizo. You're not bipolar. You are more than a conqueror. Did you forget who you are? Well, let me remind you who you are. Bring it on. Then let me share you. I will share with you that your confidence has great recompense and reward. The only reason why you're dealing with depression, you ate too much chicken. Now you're acting crazy. You ate too much turkey. Now you a jive turkey. You're eating too much dairy and cow. Now you're lazy. You're overweight. You're moving slow. You're thinking slow. You can't be productive. You're supposed to write a book. You're supposed to be writing a film. You're supposed to be writing scripts. You're supposed to be teaching these young girls instead of letting Nicki Minaj and Cardi B teach them. So I just get in people's head as fast as I can because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they're spiritual and mighty by the pulling down of the stronghold. Anything that exhausts itself against the knowledge of God, these people are dealing with demons. They're not dealing with bipolar. These are medical, clinical conditions that the man created. But we got to go back to God's report who says you are more than a conqueror. He will keep you in perfect peace if your mind is stayed on him. Greater is he that's in you. Y'all don't want, y'all ain't, I'm going to shout on
Yes.
Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Judge, give him my number. Let me do the rest. Send them to me and it'll be off the record. You feel me?
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Oh my God.
All right. So there it is, Pam. Hey.
Yes, I think if you can answer this, Judge. It sounds like you answered it, but do you have that question as well?
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to add to that question?
Is there a sick role? I think he's answered it. And the question is whether or not is there a sick role? Does it exist in a healthy mind? And I think he's answered that. But I'll ask that again, Dr. Price. Does sick exist and the sick role exist in a healthy mind?
Absolutely. Because remember, Adam and Eve was perfect, but they ate the wrong thing. Then they got scared. Then they thought they were naked. God said, who told you you're bipolar? Who diagnosed you with cancer? Where did you get that from? I made you perfect. Why do you think you're naked? So the sickness has to be in the mind. So what we have to do is be transformed by the renewing of the mind. So I don't brainwash people. I'm not going to hypnotize nobody. I'm going to get in their face, look them in the eye, and let them know and remind them who they are. People need to be reminded you're not sick. You're unhealthy because you did not eat healthy. But if we help people drink more water because the brain is 80% water, guess what happens when your brain becomes acidic from Gatorade, Takis and Cheetos and hot fries and Doritos and too much Buffalo Wild Wings, too much French fries and oatmeal and medication. All medicine is mind altering. Now, Judge, you're not about to tell nobody to come off medicine. So you tell them to call me. Send them my way so I can help them. And we'll give them alternatives. Yes, there is an unhealthy state, but they're not sick, and they're not sick in the brain. Because if they were, then God is wrong. God is a lie. God, the truth ain't in God. And he lied about making us perfect and fearfully, wonderfully he made us. That will be a lie. But we got to trust God's report, not man's. This is why there's no cure to mental health. All they're going to do is put them on drugs and keep them on medicated, which is mind altering, because they never went to the one who created the brain. The doctors will never, the psychiatrists, the psychiatric evaluation will never say, let's go to the Lord in prayer. They never pray. They never talk to God. No one consults God. We're all going to go by the book. We're going to do clinical study. We're going to lock you up. We're going to put you in a back room and just medicate you. If you care about a person, let's use the alternatives. There's no negative reaction from a positive.
On that note, Doc, on that note, while we're talking about the mind and the brain, I know Doc Harper had some specific questions about that area.
Sure.
Well, yeah, because the sick role is in our system. The system teaches us the sick role, and well, let me go back to the first question, because you mentioned food, and I mean, it really was like a dong in my head when you said Adam and Eve ate the wrong thing, and then look what happened. I'm like, whoa, that's really like hit home. What is the psychological effects of food on the brain? Because some people, I mean, I'll be honest, and I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I use food as a comfort for me. If I'm alone, I eat. If I'm bored, I eat. And yes, it's a temporary happiness for me, but it's still some sort of happiness that I can have at that time. And so, how do you break that addiction to food, that when it makes you happy?
Dr. Harper, thank you for that. That is going to help so many women. I hope you all get this information, record this. Her question and comment was very, very powerful. It's affecting millions of women. People eat out of comfort. They'll pick up the donuts, the cookies, the cakes, the sodas, the sugary foods, because the depression, the loneliness is in the brain. Only if you think lonely. As a person thinks, so are you.
Yeah.
Bring who you are. Who are you? Oh, you're lonely? Well, God never said you were lonely, because God's word said you're never alone. You forgot God in your conscience. We have to take our minds back to the root principle. Go back to the beginning. In the beginning, Adam didn't even know what loneliness was, because he never heard of a woman. He didn't know what a woman was until God created the woman, brought the concept and presented the woman before him. And he said, oh, wow, look at this. You're better than I am. That's why he named the woman with a name that's better than who he was. Isha Echzir, strength of the man. Dr. Harper, you got to remind yourself that you're more than a conqueror. You're the lioness. Lioness don't rely on lions. The lioness don't rely on a lion. She will go and cook, hunt, kill. You don't have time to be alone. Do you know you have purpose? You have been chosen. You have work to do. So either you got off focus and you're focusing on loneliness, or you need to stop focusing on loneliness and pull down every thought. Every thought. Loneliness is a thought. It's not a being. It's nothing physical. Loneliness is not physical. It's mental. Loneliness is mental. You're only alone in your brain. You got too much stuff to do. You got so much you need to do that occupy the vacancy of your brain. How do you battle that? Don't let the enemy come in, because he comes in like a roaring lion, seeking whom he can devour. He's going to devour your brain, and he's going to manipulate you and seduce you, because the seducing spirits will say, go get something sugar. Why? Because sugar will get into the bloodstream, go to the brain, release a dopamine, and that's going to be a comfort transneural toxic chemical. Neurotransmission is a chemical. Your brain has 100 billion brain cells. Your brain has cells. The cells are rooms. You got 100 billion rooms. Do you know the woman's brain is the most powerful brain out of all species on the planet, because a woman thinks on the left and the right 24 hours a day. Men can't do that. So your right brain with emotions, passion, desire, sensitivity, creativity, art, music, sound, and your left brain focus, tunnel vision, cognition. And you can do so much better than a man. But if you know this, then you will walk in this, and you won't know what loneliness is, because you're going to say, I'm Dr. Harper. I got a book to write. I got this to do. I got that to do. I got so much on my plate.
Yes.
It's not enough time in the day, Dr. Harper, for who you are. Your brain functions the way it does because God wrote purpose in your life. Remember who you are. Yes.
Oh, let's
So
drop the
that
mic,
brings me to
put
the
a pin
next
there.
question.
Yes, there you go.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Here's and again, very vulnerable. I'm going to be that type of person. I learned it from family. Yes, you're right. I have tons of things to do. I have a world initiative that I've started a year ago and I'm working on. And yet I'm really, really busy. And when I get really, really busy, I get sick, because I'm taught that's how the only way I can take a break is if I'm sick. Hence, sick leave. You only have sick leave at work. You never have parents leave. You never have go take care of your family leave. You know. And now the new one is I'm taking a mental health day. Right?
Okay.
That's big in Canada.
Wow.
Like my kids have come home and said, Mom, my teacher says I need a mental health day.
Okay. Dr. Harper, let me ask you a question. Canada is a place, right? It's part of the North American continent, right?
Yes.
Now, Canada is a land that's attached to America, and America is a land that's attached to Mexico. So if you look at the land mass that you are standing on, that you are sitting on, does the land know the word Canada?
No.
Well, then, now that you're using inductive reasoning and now you're thinking, why would you say in Canada we take a sick leave or a break?
Oh, no,
Let me tell you something. I know, stay with me.
No,
I get it. Stay with me. I get it. I don't want you to miss the point.
Okay, so
It's very humorous. No, I know why. I know why. Stay with
Let me
me.
tell you why. Because in Jamaica,
No.
No.
Stay with me. Stay with me. It wasn't a direct question. I'm making a comment and a statement. I want you to hear this. The ground doesn't know the word Canada.
Exactly.
You are of the ground. You're an earthling. So I need you to think outside of the box. You are thinking in the box. In the box, there's 100 pieces to the puzzle, and you're trying to figure this life thing out.
Come on.
On the outside of the box, all you gotta do is look at the picture. The whole puzzle is put together. So now that you see the big picture of who you are, you can change your thinking and your attitude by saying, I don't have time to sleep. When I'm dead, I'm at rest. But as long as I got life in my breath, life in my lungs, and my breath is in my body, and my mind is in its right state, I gotta work until my work is finished. Your work is never finished until you leave this planet. Now, while you're here, every day, manage your time. Manage it wisely. Time is on your side. Time heals all wounds. Practice patience, because you are a virtuous woman. Patience is a virtue. Now, if you practice patience and just relax, take a moment to breathe, and then go right back to work. Take a praise break and go right back to work.
Right.
Take a break. Go right back to work. You don't need a day break. You don't need 2-day breaks. You don't have that type of time. God never told you to take a break.
Awesome.
As you see the days approaching, you got to assemble yourself with like-minded people and keep working. Don't stop, because the day you stop, your mind becomes idle. But as long as you're in motion, the body in motion stays in motion. So psychologically, when you stop, your mind is just idling. You're just sitting there in neutral. Guess who's going to come in and mess with you? The spirit of depression, the spirit of loneliness, the spirit of confusion, the spirit of I'm all over the place, the spirit of laziness, lackadaisy, I need to take a break.
That's
Who
right.
told you to take a break? Girl, you got work to do.
Got work to
You
do.
got too much work to do.
You got work to do.
I love it. On that note, we got work to do, and we got to recognize our viewers out there, our
Yes.
audience. So
That's
let's
right.
recognize our folks, Lotus.
All right, let's see who we got. We have so many people streaming in from all over the world. So let's get right into it. We got April Hopkins. She's from North Carolina. Dr. C. Who else do we have joining us?
We have, let's see, all I see, oh, yes, I see Donna Marie Britt, but it doesn't show where she's from.
She's from
I
North
see
Carolina.
Angela, is that North Carolina? Ellington, and
Elking.
then Sarah Beth,
Mhm.
Arlene, I don't know where they're from. Fumiko, I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong. I'm
Yeah.
just looking at various, and I
Right.
did call her name, and
Yeah.
there I have some in the background. They're not showing their names,
Right.
but they're
Okay.
here.
All right, so we've got the Philippines in the house. We've got Cuba in the house, if I'm not mistaken. Aline, go ahead and put in where you're coming in from, please. We have Florida in the house. We have Nikki Hammer with us. She says, good afternoon on Saturday. Did you start your own watch party yet? So, folks, if you have not started a watch party, what are you waiting for? Like, share, and start a watch party. And listen, if you have not gotten your notepad yet, what are you waiting for? If nothing else, you need to be writing down Dr. Price's number so you can contact him. So thank you, Nikki, for saying that. Don't forget, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody. We got Karen KJ Johnson with us. We got April Hopkins with us. We have Sabeda. She's with us all the way from Cali. Good to see you. She said the power of turmeric and ginger. Yes, of course. And of course, we have Dr. Florence all the way from Nigeria, Africa. No, she's from Burundi, if I'm not mistaken. But I know we got Burundi in the house. We got Nigeria in the house. We got the Philippines. We got Cuba in the house. Just people from all over. And folks, if we don't get to pull your name up or get to highlight you, just know that we love you and we appreciate you. And this stuff right here is so important. We are already past the top of the hour, and I was trying to get in to get Doc to say, hey, Doc, can we go a few more minutes? Because we try to be on time. But let me tell you, we operating on God's time. So if you want to stick with us for a few more minutes, put a number 4 in the comment below. If you want to stick with us for a few more minutes, put a number 4 in the comment below, okay? And let us know, because you don't want to miss this. Hey, Patricia Rogers, all the way from Florida. We see you. We got a few more questions. So if you want to stick with us, put in number 4 in the comment below. And Doc, have you got time? Because we want to be very, very careful and honor your time. Do you have time to stick with us for a few more minutes?
Where did he go?
I don't know.
He will be back. Let's see.
All right, he'll be back. He'll be back.
That's amazing. Like,
can I say something in here? I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. Oh my goodness gracious.
We got Canada in the house.
Oh my God. He is really encouraged. And Dr. Rebecca, you know, that question really hit me, you know, because the excuses that we make and it's in the mindset, changing the mind. Everything is a controlling the mind. And I am motivated. And Elijah, breathe. You know, when he said breathe, oh my Lord. Oh, thank you so much. You brought that to us.
There you back.
So listen.
I have plenty of time.
All right,
nice,
fantastic.
nice.
And look, we got so many people streaming in. We got to keep going. So, folks, stick with us. If you want to stick with us, we got 4s coming in from all over. Dr. Elijah is here. Good to see you, Dr. Elijah. Let us know where you're coming in from. I appreciate you. So, look, we gonna keep it going because we don't have time to waste because we got work to do. So, Dr. Price, right back to you. Right.
Okay,
awesome.
I got 30 seconds. I want to say something, and then I'm going to turn it over to Pam and let you all guide this thing. But I want all the ladies to hear this. This is a very important message. You all have a concept and a thing that says, bring who you are. I want you all to know who you are. Everybody needs to know that your life is your blood. Your blood is your life. No one shares your blood. No one has your blood DNA. No one has you on a chromosomal level. Yes, you have some of your chromosomes from mom and dad. You split both of them in half and make you. You are so unique. You're an individual. God doesn't judge two people the same. You are on the planet Earth, sharing this planet with 7.1 billion people. Ladies, know who you are. Who are you? It's your blood DNA. Your blood. Your blood. Can you all hear me? Your blood is made up of 4 parts. I want everybody to hear this really quick. I'm going to make it quick, and I want you to get it, and I'm done. The number 4 in the oldest language that all languages come from, Aramaic, Arabic, they come from one spoken tongue. Hebrew, which is the building blocks of everything in the universe. The creator created the universe by his words, by his mouth, his thoughts, transferred energy into sound. Let there be light. The universe has 4 doors, north, south, east, and west. The number 4 is the 4th letter called Dalet. The letter D, Dalet. It represents door. The woman is an open door to the universe. She's an open door to the universe because a man can't bring forth a child. The man can supply the blood, which is in the seed, which is the sperm, but it's the egg that has to be fertilized, and the life giver comes from the man, but it's the woman that opens up the door to life for every human being. So you all are life givers. Who are you? You're a life giver. You're a leader. You're a teacher. You're an educator. Who are you? That door, number 4, your blood is made up of 4 parts. Hydrogen, oxygen is your hemoglobin plasma. Iron, calcium is your platelets. Do not let them tell you you have an iron deficiency. That is impossible. Unless your door has been broken, unless your door is stuck, shut, wide open, or however it's going to happen, you got to lose all of your blood to have an iron, calcium deficiency or plasma deficiency. Your blood is 12 pints running through vessels, veins, and arteries. Your blood is you. Stop sharing your blood with the rest of the world. You don't need a blood transfusion. You don't need an iron deficiency, iron exchange, plasma exchange, iron shots. You don't need this stuff. Blood is made up of 92% water. Drink more water. You are purifying your blood. You will wash out the body. The body has 4 exits. You have major information that we are lacking. Ladies, you are that door. And if your name starts with the letter D, it represents the open door. Thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
So Dr. Price, thank you for that. Ladies, we are the open door. We've talked about the mind. Now let's talk about some of the other organs, and we're going to go over to Dr. Sims because I believe she has some questions as well.
Dr. Price, I'm so excited. You know, I'm just like turning flips over here. But what I wanted to ask you is one question is the immune system regarding in a woman's stomach. Is it the system in the immune system of a woman, is that in the gut of a woman, in her stomach?
That's what we've been told, and that's not altogether true. And I'm going to tell you why. The stomach is in the upper thorax. It's in the chest, next to the left breast. Behind the lower cup of the left breast, behind the rib cage, is your stomach. Everything below the sternal or the upper abdominal diaphragm, below that is all colon. Your colon is 12 feet long. Now, in that gut area or the autonomic nerve raft, that is a circuit board. The circuit board is called the solar plexus. This is an area that allows the whole body's information system to communicate. Back in the days, Lucille Ball needed to make a phone call. She had to pick up the phone, put it to the ear, wind it up, and the operator made the connection on a switchboard. The gut is a switchboard, not the immune system. Your immune system consists of lymphatic fluid. Lymphatic fluid is water. The lymphatic fluid has white cells. The second circulatory system is your blood. Your blood is 12 pints. It's red. The blood is made up of iron, calcium, which is your platelets, hydrogen, oxygen, which is plasma. Your blood is not your white cells. Your white cells is not your blood. Blood is red, immune system is white, known as the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system circulates. Your blood circulates according to your heart that beats. The beating of the heart pumps the blood into the right atrium and sends it out the left aortas. You got 3 valves. Don't ever let them tell you you got clogged arteries and valves. We got to replace it, put a shunt, stent. We got to do a bypass. They're just trying to make some money. They don't want you to know that God said, don't worry about anything. Your heart is fine. He'll never put on your heart more than you can handle. And the heart is always going to work. You didn't have a heart attack. Nothing's wrong with your heart. The EKG machine will prove that. Stop listening to the lies and trust God. Your immune system is 42 pints. God gave you triple protection over your blood and over your body. Ladies, listen to me clearly. You hearing it first from me. I am an expert scientist and I've studied infectious disease. I want every woman today to know there is not a germ on the planet Earth. There is not a virus. There's not a pathogen. There's no E. coli, ptomaine, bacteria, parasite, mold, mildew. There's nothing pathogenic that can destroy the human body. Anything that comes into the body and has access to the bloodstream is pathogenic. It has access to the blood, which gives pathways to all your organs. What did God give us in his foreknowledge, in his sovereignty, omnipotency, his power and authority? He fearfully created us. He's very smart. God is smarter than human beings. He did not make a mistake with the immune system. Nothing can kill your white cells. Nothing can destroy your white cells other than chemical radiational poisoning known as chemotherapy. So the immune system is not in your gut, it's not in your stomach, it's not in their digestional system. Your immune system is all over your body because you need your white cells to help you with your thyroid, help you with your eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and throat. Your brain, your immune system is leukocytes, lymphocytes, T cells, B cells, NK, NuFlo, Mono. They got all these names, but basically what they are is your Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, your police, your sheriff, fire department, first responders. So your immune system has its own system. When they pierced Christ in the side, blood and water came out. He shed the blood for remission of sin. He shed the water, which was his immune system for healing of the whole world. We are already healed. So when sickness and disease and corona or whatever they want to call it, they comes to attack our bodies, your immune system is going to fight it off. But if you put chemicals and toxins that will suppress your immune system, it's harder to get rid of disease. The fact that you're coughing, sneezing, that is your immune system saying, hello, I'm working. Being around germs and touching things, the gas pump, the shopping cart, the doorknobs, your immune means to become one with. We get the Latin word commune. We get the Latin from the Greek, which is koinonia, to fellowship. The koinonia comes with hagios, holiness, separation, to be one with God. So we got the language messed up because we didn't study the words of truth, dissect everything so we can understand immune system. Nothing can kill your immune system. Wow. You can get sick all day long. You wrote it out 2 days, 3 days. So your immune system is not so much in the gut. Somebody put that out there in the atmosphere. Let's get truth. Your immune system is white cells in your blood. It's in your vessels, veins, and arteries. And the only way your white cells move is when you move. When you move, when you groove, when you're exercising, your muscles are moving. That's your immune system. Guess what the doctors want you to do in the hospital? Sit there and just be bedridden. That's why Christ said, take up your bed and walk. Because when you're in motion, a body in motion stays in motion. But if you're sitting there, oh, woe is me, I'm stored negative energy, I'm misery, and I need company. Somebody come help me. I want some attention. I'm just hypochondriac. It's crazy. You are healed. You're already healed. So your immune system, it functions on its own by the muscles. And your blood functions on the heart, which is a muscle.
Awesome.
Awesome. Which takes me to this next question. Oh, I love it. Listen, I know that we talked about the various medications that we are given by the doctors, and for the most part, when the medications come across, like you hear on TV or whatever, the side effects are worse than what they're trying to cure. And so, my question to you: are the doctors under I would say a type of bondage of making people stay on these prescriptions there, and if they don't give them prescription pills, are they in danger of losing positions, or is there a quota that they have to meet? Because this is what I was understanding, because I had a doctor tell me that if I don't give you the medications, I'm going to get in trouble. In other words, if you're not sick, you take the medications anyway. So is that a custom of the
Yes, it
medical
is.
field for them to
And
do that?
yes, and you know, I thank God for doctors, nurses, all the practitioners, health advisors, health advocates. We need them. God bless them. Keep praying for them, and pray that they get an understanding, because the word of God says, in all you're getting, get an understanding. If you are a first responder and a doctor, you're working in a facility, a clinic, or even at private practice, if you want to help people, your oath is to practice prevention, do no harm, medicine and surgery when necessary. When is it necessary to disobey God's word? When the Creator said, don't defile the temple, touch not, taste not, handle not any unclean thing. All medicine is a form of pharmaceuticals, and it's the hospitals are governed by a board. The American Medical Association is governed by a hierarchy, the National Institute of Health, which is governed by another hierarchy, the Food and Drug Administration, which is governed by another subsidiary, which is CDC, in conjunction with the United States Department of Agriculture. So the food, the drugs, the government means to control, to rule, and there are evil seducing spirits which are waxing worse. So if you are studying medicine, you go to school with good intentions. I want to help people. I want to be a nurse. I want to work with patients. I want to see people get healthy. Well, how come everybody's dying? Because of cause effect, action reaction. You just said it. If you look at the laundry list of side effects to every medicine, from baby Tylenol to the most deadliest pill, Oxycontin, there is not one positive side effect. If there's not even one positive side effect, why would a doctor give me something that can cause worse issues? It's because this is what they're taught. It's engraved in them every single day. Dissertations, theses, over and over all day long. They're etching it in the brain. It's sculpted in your brain. So when you do your residency, when you go into the hospital, they don't teach you in medical school to look at a person dying. They don't teach you in a medical school to look and hold this person's hand. You're not hands-on until you get into the facility. And then when you're there, it's like, shut up. We hired you to practice medicine. Well, what is my job description? If you write a prescription, you get a paycheck. So if I don't write a prescription, if I send them home and tell them to drink water, go do Pilates, go do yoga, go pray, go talk to their pastor, go out with Pamela and their girls and Judge and just Dr. Harper and just get some consultation, I don't get paid? Oh no. Well, what happens if I don't prescribe enough drugs? There's a quota. The medical board is overwatched by the pharmaceuticals. I don't care if it's Little Company of Mary, Bethel, Methodist, Martin Luther King, it could be Donald Trump Hospital. That's just the name. That's just to make you warm and fuzzy. If you are an African American, I'm going to Harlem Hospital. If you are Latino Hispanic, I'm going to St. Jude. If you're Catholic, I'm going to. If you're Methodist. If you're Zionist, they got names. So what happens is it makes you feel warm and fuzzy, because it's in your community. South Central Watch, we got Dr. Martin Luther King. He's never been to that hospital. He don't even know it exists, but they are going to give you drugs. They're not giving you water. They're not giving you apple, because the pharmaceutical is $1 trillion business. They build the hospitals.
Yep.
Is that the same with psychology? I'm sorry. Is that the same with psychology? They're just putting a little bandage on it to keep you coming so that they can make money off of your mental state. I'm sorry.
Yes, but keep in mind, sis, that the psychologists and psychotherapists, mental health, they have a little bit more leeway to use more description because they're in their own controlled environment. All mental health advocates, psychologists, psychiatric, they're in their own controlled environment. But when you walk up in that ICU, when you're in emergency, when you're dealing with patient care, ask any nurse, ask any LVN, LPN, RN, you ask the doc. By the way, doctors don't know nothing. They just refer to a physician directory report. Most doctors are going to go on the internet to figure out what to tell you. They have no bedside manners or etiquettes, and they're hiring a lot of foreign doctors that are governed by Hinduism and not being racist or stereotypic, but they're looking for people who are easily controlled and manipulated. If you get a born-again, spirit-filled doctor, they're going to get up in there and say, now, wait a minute now. This don't sit right with my spirit. I'm going to need you to go home and we're going to pray. When did we ever get away from the Andy Griffin days, the days of Leave It Beaver and My Three Sons, where the doctor came to your house, they sat with you, they said, let's get some rest, let's hold your hands. But no, this medical world is evil, evil seducing spirits. Medicine is pharmaceutical, pharmaceutical is pharmakia. Pharmakia in Greek means witchcraft, sorcery, demon possession, mind control, manipulation. All medication is a controlled substance. It will alter your brain, it will take your life away, and it will take your confidence, and you will have thoughts of suicide.
Wow, Dr. Price, my goodness. Didn't I tell y'all, get ready,
Awesome.
get your recorders. It's beyond notebooks and pens. You can't even write fast enough to keep up with Dr. Price.
And that's why we got to have Dr. Price back. That's why we got to have you back, Doc.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a regular. I'm a regular.
When we come off this broadcast today, there we go. So now you know, if you want the real Pam, what do they need to do? They need to tune in.
They gotta tune in. They
Tell
need to tune
everybody.
in. So,
we don't want no one to miss this information. We are being empowered with truth. Listen, hell is real. I don't know if y'all believe in hell, but hell is too long to be wrong. We got to get it right. These are the last days. Look at what's going on in our day. Dr. Harper, you know you've never seen nothing like this in your lifetime. So we are witnessing separation of the wheat and tare. The Creator is giving us a little pause to see who really trusts God. Do you trust America? Even the American dollar says, in God we trust.
Yes.
I've never heard one person pray over Corona. Everybody is going hysterical. Everybody's losing their minds. There is pandemic. There is fear in the land. We do not walk in fear. We need to have a sound mind. So let's educate one another. Let's strengthen the sisterin. Let's strengthen the sister, yah sisterhood. All of y'all little Spice Girls. We need to get power.
Yes. So Dr. Price, again, I tell you, he leaves me speechless. He does. Okay, Dr. Price, we got 7 more minutes and we've got a couple more questions. Okay, so we're going to ask these questions. I'm going to go over to Lotus. She's going to ask her questions. If anyone in the audience has a question, Dr. Price is here. Let's go ahead and get him to answer the question. But Lotus, let's go ahead if we can and move on with your question.
Yes. So my question is, do you believe we have the ability to regenerate ourselves through our minds? Because of course we say what we think about, we bring about. So if we think about illness, do we become ill? And if we do become ill, can we regenerate ourselves?
Yes, that's a good question. So with all due respect for those people who do not believe what we all believe, or what certain people have a belief system, spiritual practices, religious practices, I'm not about religion. I'm about a relationship with the Creator and the universe, the Creator of the universe. So I want to attune us back to simple principles. As a person thinks, so are you. That is scriptural, that is spiritual, but it's also scientific. So if you think that you are lonely, you will feel alone. If you think that you are crazy, you will start to act crazy. But if you think that you are so rich, look at all of these people driving Range Rovers and can't even afford to live in an apartment. That's because they think they're rich. So they're living in it. So if you think that you're sick, you will actually feel it, because do you know that the body is the reflection of your brain? The body can't do nothing without the brain. That's why we need to think on things that are true. And the Creator is saying, be transformed first. not by detox, not by keto, not by Sabi, not by jumping jacks and take some Garcinia Cambodia. He says, be transformed by the renewing of the mind. Yes, change your thinking.
Excellent.
Think life and eat healthy, and you will feel better.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. So I've got another question for you. And thank you for answering that. This is something we talked about in our private discussion before we ever came on the show a few weeks ago. So you talked about putting some frankincense in under our armpits. What does that help?
Okay, so frankincense is a powerful essential oil. Essential means it's needed, and it's beneficial to the human body. Out of all the essential oils, frankincense is probably the best, next to the olive oil, lavender oil, peppermint, eucalyptus, myrrh. Ironically, they took baby Jesus when he was wearing them little Gucci fleece diapers. They took him frankincense. And look who took him the frankincense. It wasn't his mama and daddy. It was 3 wise men. They were wise. What is so wise about frankincense? It works for inflammation. What goes on the skin has access to your blood. It has access to your life source. That's why you got to be careful what you touch, ladies. Bed Bath Beyond, Victoria's Secrets, and all of this stuff that smell good. Even hand sanitizers. I don't mess with them. Hand sanitizer says methanol, alcohol. It'll dry out your skin. It'll put that poison toxins right into your bloodstream. They will lie to you and say it can kill 99% of all bacteria, germs, and viruses. Energy cannot be destroyed. Think about it. How in the world can this kill a virus? You can't. Viruses thrive in an acidic environment. Energy can't be destroyed. Frankincense will alkaline the skin. Frankincense will go into the bloodstream, and by putting frankincense on any lumps up under the armpit, which is your sweat gland, it helps the glandular system. If you have a lump above the areola, off to the right, above where the milk ducts are, 12 milk ducts, and then you have the mammary gland there, the glandular system that helps the milk ducts produce the milk, which is a hormone, that gland will swell over time because of the prenatals, the multivitamins. When you were 14, 15, off of your 20s and 30s, you was popping pills from cramping and pain every month. You were doing all kind of toxic chemicals and medication. It becomes stored energy because it's all acidic. So all of that acid goes into the blood. It has access to the milk duct because you are the door to life for the baby. What's the most important thing to a baby? The breast. The enemy knows this. The devil wants all these women to put all of this acid into their bloodstream. It goes to the milk duct, but God in his foreknowledge, he said, I got to protect that milk duct because that is Fort Knox. So he put a military base right there. That military base is called Guantanamo Bay. Who protects Guantanamo Bay? Your military is your immune system. Your white cells, lymphocytes, that's your Marines. Leukocytes, that's your army. They are protecting that milk, which is essential. So if there happened to be an overcrowding of the jail cell and you didn't deport all of this acid and free radicals out and send them out to another country where they came from, these foreigners, all of this acid, chemicals, toxins, birth control, prenatals, pills for years and years become stored up in that breast, you get a lump. Now, if you rub frankincense oil on that lump, disappears.
Wow.
You just emptied out your jail cell.
Wow.
You don't have to get the breast cut off because they're going to make $830,000 for a mastectomy that they're going to bill your medical. They don't tell you that. I know because I know the game. And then you say, well, I got one breast. I need to put another one here. Well, that's going to be $4,000 plus dollars, and your medical doesn't pay for that. So go borrow the money or start a GoFundMe. And then they're going to take the breast. They said it had cancer, but then they want to pump you full of chemo and radiation and do years of treatment. Oh, it came back. Oh, now it's in your liver. Now it's in the other breast. It's just chaos. Let's wake our women up. We'll do another episode, another program on cancer, breast, and women health, so we can identify the source so you all can live in victory and know they're lying.
Come on, doctor.
Wow. This is so incredible.
Yes.
So incredible.
Yes,
So
yes.
Dr. Price, you have taken us to church
Come on.
You have taken us inside of our minds, inside of our bodies. And Jemida has one final question for you. And then we're going to just briefly, I want you to touch on diet and some of the things we should be eating real quick, so we're going to make it brief. So Jemida, can you please, your final question?
Today's my grocery day.
You're muted,
You're muted, Minus.
Let me help you out.
Oh,
there you go, dear.
You got it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I would like for us to do is pause and take a breath. Let's breathe together, because breath is life, and he has brought us so much wonderful information that I needed a timeout in order to just absorb it, so the breath allows me to come back to the center of my heart chakra. So Dr. Price, I would like to ask you, what is the main pillar, P-I-L-L-A-R, of health?
The main pillar of health, the creator. After the creator, the sun. The sun has all of the elements, nutrients, and minerals that we need. Then the sun sends it to the earth. Out of the earth, the creator said, for every herb, every plant, every tree, every seed that beareth after its own kind, every vegetable, fruit, everything out of the ground is a pillar in itself for you to be healed. The root word to healthy is heal. If you want to feel great, mentally, emotionally, physically, remember the number 4, mind, body, soul, spirit. The whole chakra, meridian, the dichotomy of who we are is broken up into 4 parts. The creator said, I want you to be made whole, one unit, so that your mind, which is where your soul is, shall prosper. But if you guys are broken up physically because you're eating too much junk and drinking too much things that are too acidic, your body is over here, but your mind is over there. And then your spiritual part is over here, and then your mental health is over here. Let's bring it all back together. You start first by changing your thinking. Think on things that are true, just, good report, virtue, praise. Positive thinking is a pillar. A pillar is not just one system or one unit. It's made up of multiple things, and it's very tall and strong. If you women want to be strong women, you got to collectively Control, Alt, Delete. There's a glitch. Hit all 3 at the same time. Take control of your thoughts. Take control of your life. Take back control of who you are as a woman. And then use alternative thinking and stop thinking defeat. Stop thinking broke. Stop thinking I'm going to try and do better. No, you already are better. Stop thinking one day I'll get there. No, you are already there. Stop thinking the money's coming. I see it. I see it in the distance. No, it's already in the bank account. As you think, change your thinking and delete the past. Get rid of fear, bitterness, unforgiveness. Let stuff go. Get rid of family members. Get rid of negative energy, thoughts and forms of energy, and watch you guys' health, mind, body, soul, healthy. One unit. You shall be strong and prosper.
Powerful. Powerful. So Doc, what I'm hearing you say, number 1, it begins in the mind. And
right there in the mind.
In the mind. And I love what Jemida said earlier. Ain't nobody like the body I got. And so can you tell us what we need to be putting in our bodies, what we need to keep out of our bodies, please?
Okay. A lot of people have heard about the vegan lifestyle or alkaline lifestyle. I say to each his own. I want people to be healthy. I want people to be happy. And the creator wants us to have a life that's joyful and unspeakable and full of glory. We need to walk in prosperity. Every day we wake up, we got new life. Every day we got new skin. Every day we got new mercy and grace, and tomorrow's not promised. So don't worry about nothing. Be anxious for nothing. Don't worry about what's going to happen next week. Don't worry about the politics. Don't worry about nothing. Let's feed our body mentally. You need food. The mental food is positive energy for the brain. That's food for your brain, food for thought. Think positive. First, you got to feed your brain. Think positive. That's food. Now the brain is 80% water, so we need to drink more water. And if you want alkaline water, remember alkaline is anything from the earth. Everything from the earth is alkaline because alkaline comes from the Arabic word al-khalay, which means base foundation. The base foundation of our blood is 92% water. The base foundation of our bodies is the earth. We are made up of the earth. The base foundation of the earth is everything that the Creator has created, good and clean. So when he tells us to eat from the earth, that's what we need, plant-based. But if you're going to eat meat, seafood is always safe because you don't want to come in contact with the blood, DNA, nucleic acid. Blood vessels, veins, and arteries is the life of the flesh. The life of the flesh is the blood. If you're eating chicken and you come in contact with the blood, you will get everything that the chicken put in its body, including the feces. So you want plant-based. And yeah, the chickens eat their own feces and it goes into their wings because blood goes to the wing. And when you're eating the buffalo wing, even if you cover it with teriyaki, barbecue, honey mustard, lemon pepper, it doesn't matter. This is why you're acting cuckoo. So
you have ruined me. I love some chicken wings and some hot sauce.
Chicken breast, Pamela. Chicken breast, Pam.
I know.
Chicken breast. Now, you do get a cheat day.
turkey?
Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation.
What about turkey? Because Pam
Turkey
said,
is the exact same.
Yeah, she said you was gonna blow me up with the turkey thing because you know some of us are. She said we kind of bougie, and we said no, we don't want that. Yeah, turkey bougie. We don't want that. Give us some turkey. So
you are absolutely right.
Let me know.
Turkey is bougie and chicken is very hood. Now check this out. The interesting thing about the parts of the chicken, because chicken is very acidic because of the blood. It's called DNA, nucleic acid. All blood is acidic. The most acidic animal on the planet would be the pig. That's why they want us to eat bacon and sausages and ribs and every holiday, no matter what it is, spiritual or whatever, it's always going to be ham, which comes from the pig. Now, pig's blood is highly acidic. Beef is right after that. And if you mix the two, now you got a bacon double cheeseburger, you're going to be very acidic. You are what you eat. Cows are very slow animals. They are very big animals, very lazy. They think slow, they talk slow. And this is why so many of us slow down because of the beef. Now, a lot of people are looking for healthy choices when it comes to ground chicken, ground turkey, because it's lean. But you didn't study to see if you can approve of it, rightly dividing the words of truth. What does that ground mean? Well, the ground ain't the breast. It ain't the legs, wings, and thighs. It's all the leftover parts. Because they're not leaving no child behind and they're not leaving no parts behind. So they grind it all up and now you got ground turkey, ground chicken, and it's everything else, the guts, the beak, the hoof, and then you're eating it talking about it's some ground turkey tacos. No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Okay. So that
mention it because I can't eat chicken up here.
That's right.
Compared to chicken back home in Jamaica.
Yes.
Yeah.
None of us, you'll not see chicken in my house because I'll try and cook even curry chicken. And I'm like, why does the chicken in Canada taste so different to the chicken back home?
So that's a good point.
It's a natural reason. I mean, I'm from a farmer's background. So
so
the reason why it's acidic is because we are in North America. North America works together, and there is a treaty that has already been signed under Obama's administration where the Pope came to town and he fixed all of our broken debt. So what the Pope did was he did a North American Union Treaty. It's called the North American Union Treaty. This treaty ties Canada, America, Mexico as one nation. They just haven't figured out who's going to run it, but they're already working on the food and drugs and the agriculture. So that's why the chicken, and I gotta correct you, Dr. Harper, it is not chicken. I need you to be politically correct. Can you say yard bird, man?
Yeah, good.
Yes. They're pumping chemicals into it.
Not Scotch bonnet chicken.
Yeah. So they're pumping chemicals in it. They're pumping chemicals. That's why.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you for the feedback, Dr. Harper. Thank you for the feedback, Dr. Price. So chicken breast is it, and then no white potatoes, no white rice, no white anything, right? And no dairy, right?
No dairy. Dairy comes from the blood of the cow. No goat milk, no cow's milk. You are what you eat. The Creator said, do not defile the temple. Cause, effect, action, reaction is very real, like gravity. What goes up comes down. So metabolism is the process of turning food into energy. If you put cow's milk into your body, that cow knows more than you do. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the baby. Cows and bulls will not drink milk. They won't eat cheese. They won't eat ranch dressing. They don't mess with the butter. We're putting it in our bodies, and then we get sinuses and allergy congestion because of the dairy. The mucus runs in our nose. It'll run through your blood vessels, veins, and arteries and cause poor blood circulation. It gets in your eyes and blurs your vision. It's called glaucoma. When the mucus gets into your brain, the hippocampus, where your memory is stored, then you're going to have memory loss, short-term, second functioning of the brain, and they call that dementia. When the mucus is running through your blood vessels, veins, and arteries, poor blood circulation goes to the bone cells. The bone cells picks up the cheese, butter, ice cream. They call it arthritis. The mucus in your nose turns into a booger. That will be plaque. When the plaque is in the blood vessels, veins, and arteries, they call it cholesterol. Plaque in the eye is a cataracts. Plaque in the bone system, the skeletal system, is rheumatoid arthritis. Plaque on the brain is dementia. I'm going to tell you, if you have mucus in your blood, germs, pathogens, and virus will thrive in your body. You can get sick, you can catch colds, you can get viruses, because disease thrives in an acidic body, and dairy is highly acidic.
Dr. Price. Wow. Dr. Price, you have fed us, you have inspired us, you have moved us to another level of consciousness. And we thank you for what you do. We pray God's blessings upon you, that he will continue to cover you from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, that he will cover you as you continue to do his work. What I love about you, Dr. Price, and I've come to love you because you bring such wealth of God's wisdom, you know, and I know that you're humble, and I praise God for you, and it all comes from God. And he uses you as the vessel. And so I'm thankful that he selected you as a vessel, because you are a great arm bearer. So you're an arm bearer of the knowledge that God has given you and that you've imparted upon us. And so what I want us to finish with is the process. Again, when I met you, my laundry list, he emailed me my assessment, and it was like this. And 1 year later, it's like this. Okay, so I'm still working through some things that Dr. Price has helped me work through. So I just briefly wanted to share the process. Okay, we want to give them 1, 2, 3. So they contact you by calling this number, and then what happens after that? And let me say this: you want to be patient, everybody, because he takes care of thousands and thousands of patients. So Dr. Price, take us through your process. 1, 2, 3, please.
So after you contact me and we develop a verbal consultation where you're introducing yourself to me, I don't ask you what your health issues is. I don't need a checklist. I need your first name, last name, email. Keep it simple. We're going to cut to the chase. You're going to take a picture of your left eye, a picture of your right eye with your camera phone. Wipe off the lens, turn your flash on. Don't use the selfie side. You want to turn your whole phone all the way around. You want to turn the phone around and put that right up to your eye and go click. You text that picture to me. I will send you to your email a full assessment. I am doing a very thorough check on all your organs. I'm checking your blood. I'm checking the breast. I'm checking your uterus. I'm checking your brain for strokes, seizures, blood clots, aneurysms. I see everything going on in the body before it can actually happen, so we can work on prevention. This exam is very authentic, it's very accurate. I don't rely on my own skills. I'm not trying to be psychic. I'm not trying to figure out what's going on. I'm only reading the information in your eye. I put it in a report. I email it to you. You read the report. You call me. We do the consultation over the phone. You're going to be amazed how I saw things that you didn't even tell me. And then we're going to get a regimen in that email with an attachment, and you will follow the protocol. I will be your health coach. I will be your life coach. I will be your assistant. You be the doctor. Your house is your hospital. It's your comfort zone. I'm going to give you alternatives to what to eat, what not to eat. And you have 24 hours access to me every day around the clock. Pam is a test of that. And that's how simple it is. You will get better. You will feel better. You will see your symptoms disappear. We're not going to focus on symptoms. We're going to focus on the source of your health issue. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know, what's so powerful about what you just said is back in May of 2019, I had gone for a mammogram, and they brought me back in for another mammogram because they saw something on the right breast. I did not meet Dr. Price until August. And when I met him, I was going to go down my laundry list of my issues. He said, wait, don't tell me anything. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with you. So when he sent the report back, what did I see in that report? the same thing that the doctor told me about the mammogram. There was something on the right breast, and you said some words. I don't even remember what it was, Dr. Price, but you said there was some residual deposits of fatty deposits or whatever it was on the right breast. That was confirmed back in May. You know, acidic levels and all that, everything that was confirmed in my blood work, Dr. Price confirmed through the eye examination. So Dr. Price, again, you have moved us today. You have educated us today. I just pray that you all will share this this live today, that you will share it far and wide, so that people can become more educated about their own health to move forward. So, Yamaja, please tell us our next show. Again, Dr. Price, we thank you. We praise God for you, and we pray God's richest blessings be upon you.
Yes, to God be the glory. Thank you all.
Thank
you so much. And I want us to take a breath again. We have to breathe after all of this, come back and be in the present moment. And all I can say is, wow. Thank you so very, very much. We thank you for what you all have brought, as Pam has said. So, but I want to tell you what we got coming up next. What we have coming up on November the 14th to the Bring Who You Are panel. We're going to talk about the role of the domestication role of women, the domestication roles of women. Y'all remember that song by Helen Reddy, I Am Woman? Yes. Then you have, what's it? Katy Perry, You Want to Hear Me Roar? All those. Yes. I love that song. Those are songs that fit into what we do as roles as women. But we're going to go into an in-depth conversation, and we're going to cover the landscape of all the different roles that we play on November the 14th. So we ask that you come back and join us here, join the Bring Who You Are tribe. And what I want you to remember is this: always remember to breathe. See you next time.
Nice.